Welcome back to Fine Art Diary. Today I'm going to do this abstract painting and I'm going to share with you each and every little steps about this painting. Apart from my landscape painting tutorials, you know I am having a different playlist for abstract paintings and this tutorial is for that playlist. So first of all, let's check the materials I'm going to use for this painting. These are some pigments from different brands like Schminke, Sennelier and Citius Pigments. This is a jar of 500 ml gesso, which will be very helpful for creating textures on the canvas. This is acrylic gloss medium, which will be used as a binder of the pigments. This spatula is one of my favorite tools I am going to use in this. I am going to use this paint roller. You can see the porous texture of it and it can create beautiful textures on the canvas. Sometimes a stick like this can be very useful to create sharp lines. Also some hard and soft brushes with natural and synthetic bristles. Also I am going to use some of my favorite pencils like water-soluble pencil, water-soluble graphite stick, a sanguine, red chalk or sepia. So I'm going to use this for my drawing. This is a 10-ounce medium grain canvas mounted on a hardboard, you can see. For smaller paintings we can do this. For the bigger paintings generally I stretch. So in our first stage we are going to create texture by using gesso. I really don't have any plan right now, I am just following my intuition. Now by using spatula, let's spread the gesso. And you have to do it very spontaneously. As I always say, we have to transfer our energy to the canvas and this is what I am doing right now. I am just following my heart in this case. So I am trying to create a variation of thick and thin surface. Now using the paint roller and you can see I am getting some beautiful textures over there. Now let's create some lines. I'm just trying to create different marks on the canvas. I just have found this dried leaf over here. So let's try if we can get a kind of texture out of it. So what I am trying to say is there is no hard and fast rule and whatever your intuition is telling you to do, just do it. Now I am going to use this scraper. The gesso is still wet and you can see I am getting a very different kind of even texture. I am taking the advantage of the viscosity of gesso and in this also I am getting a very different kind of texture. So wherever I can see a thick paint, I am trying to create this texture. That's fine. Now let's check out some close-ups. This area was by the paint roller. This area was by the scraper. And this is by the spatula. That's alright. I kept the painting for 5 hours to dry, and now we can move on to the next step. I'm going to add some constructive lines to the canvas. So the process is, we are going to make it, then we are going to break it, then again make it, then again break it, like that. The beginning of a painting is a solid rectangular construction. So the first stage what we did, we created texture, and that is very random. So we just have broken that rectangular construction. Right, so we started by breaking it, and right now I am making all the constructions once again. These are all constructive shapes, and then I am going to break these shapes once again, and later on I am going to make the shapes once again, and like that we'll move back and forth. I started with charcoal, and right now I am using water-soluble graphite. This is a sanguine I am using, and you can see gradually I am trying to break those shapes. So whatever the marks I have given, that is going to be the backbone of this painting. And now let's put some pigments. The color is ochre dunkel. I don't know if I have pronounced correctly, but here I have written it. So the next pigment is caput mortuum, which is a kind of brown purple pigment. Basically, I want the first layer of color will be a kind of desaturated layer. Now let's add acrylic gloss medium to it, and it is going to act like a binder to the pigments. Now let's spray some moisture to it. You can see how it is getting diluted. Again, by using these brush strokes, we have to transfer the energy to the canvas. So you can see we are getting some beautiful grays, and I will let it dry for some time and then I will come back. So now the surface is completely dry, and you can see how beautiful textures we have created. You can see I have added some moisture to it, and let's move forward with our next step. Let us think of the color now. In this series, the last painting was blue dominated, so let's make this painting red dominated. So once again, I am going to destroy the beautiful textures we have created. Until unless we are practicing this, we will not be able to move forward. So to get something new, we have to experiment like this. This color is a mixture of crimson, raw sienna and raw umber. You can see some of the areas I am obeying the construction lines, and some of the areas I am just going randomly. You can understand I am just listening to my intuition. And successfully I have destroyed the texture we have created. Okay, let's move on. I kept the surface to dry for some time, and you can see some textures are still visible, but we are getting the tint of our color, and that is what I wanted. Now I am going to use some opaque colors. This time I am going to follow the construction lines we created. Mainly I am using raw umber, raw sienna and crimson. So the process of making and breaking is still going on. We started by breaking the surface while creating the texture. Then we created some construction lines, which was a process of making. Then once again by the pigments and some loose brush strokes, we broken the surface, and this time I am trying to make it and gradually will go towards the end of this painting. So far you can see I got many curves and dynamic lines, and now I am focusing on straight lines. Now let's make it even more precise. Let's exaggerate the shapes a little bit. Some smaller brushstrokes like this will create the focal point of this painting. I am towards the end of this painting, so I am very slow now. Some smaller marks here and there will be some interesting points to see. So we are done with this painting, and here are some close-up shots. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you are having any question, please write down in the comment box, and don't forget to subscribe the channel because many more videos are coming in future. Thank you very much for watching.